Hi all, it's Pastor Lindsay here. It's been a while since I made a video, but I had several people ask me questions about the stole that I wore that I talked about on the September 6th worship service. So I thought I would just take a minute to talk a little bit about stoles, what they mean, what they are, why they're important to me, and a little bit about how this one came to be. So stoles are something that ministers of Word and Sacrament, priests, wear. It's one of the things that helps kind of denote the office. So if you see somebody wearing a stole, you know, oh, that person's probably a minister. Usually you wear a stole, the color is based on the liturgical season. So if it's Lent or if it's Advent, you'll see us wearing purple stoles. If it's Pentecost or ordination of some kind, a red stole is appropriate. What I like to call Jesus days, I mean, all Sundays are Jesus days, but Transfiguration, Easter, things like that, a white stole is appropriate. White is also for funerals and for weddings. But not every stole you wear has to be exactly color coordinated. I also have stoles that are made, baptismal stole. I actually have two baptismal stoles because I love baptism so much. One was a gift from Fairmount, which is fantastic. But things that you put on at particular moments for particular services. I love stoles for a lot of reasons. One, I love fitting into a theme. So if there's a theme for the day, I want to be a part of it, right down to what I'm wearing. So a stole is a great way for me to do that. It's also a holy moment for me to put on a stole. So I wear a stole at pretty much every service that I participate in. It's a moment for me when I put it on to be reminded of the work that I'm doing, what I'm called to do in that moment and in my life in general. Oh, there's my plant in front of me. It reminds me to take a breath and to pray before starting a service and to be reminded that whatever happens in the service is not about me, it's about God and my gratefulness to be a part of this call. So all of that is part of what goes into wearing a stole for me. I also love things that are handmade. So most of my stoles are handmade, not all by me. Not all by me. Many have been gifts for particular times or purposes in my life, different celebrations or things going on. And so when the quarantine started and it was unclear what we should be doing, how we should be doing things, what would ministry look like, should we go outside, should we stay, all of those things, I'm a kinetic, tactile person, and so I just started making masks, mask after mask after mask for my family, for our friends, for people near and far, for church folks, for the community, anybody who needed a mask, and let me know. I was sure to give you one or two. And so then I found that I had all these scrap bits of fabric, right? The other thing that started happening is I've had 3 friends have babies while we've been in quarantine. Including one just had a baby yesterday. I'm so excited. Anyway, so I've also been sewing baby quilts. So I have all of these scraps of material that have gone in to sewing quilts, that have made masks, that have meaning to me, right? When I sit down to sew, it's about more than just throwing the sewing machine. For me, it's a time of reflection and prayer as well. And so what was I going to do with all these scraps? Ha ha! Make a stole, she thought. And so I did. So some of you wanted to see this a little bit more up close. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, on this video, but there's a lot of underwater things. I do love underwater creatures. Some of you might recognize, if you've seen me around, you've probably seen me wearing some of this. Conrad has, there's a better bit of this somewhere. Oh, here we go. Conrad has a mask that has an astronaut on it that I made. My boys have a lot of these different, the pineapples. Look at this whale shark. I love this whale shark. Oh my gosh, so much. There was another one I wanted to highlight. I don't know where it is now. There's pineapples on here somewhere. We're a pineapple house. Flamingos. Anyway, when I put this on, it reminds me that God is near, even in this totally not ordinary time. The color for ordinary time, which is most of the church here, is green. Well, there's green in here, right? There's green, but it just reminds me, no time is ordinary. No time is ordinary, and this time is really not ordinary. And yet there's holiness in it. There's sacred work in it. There's presence and there's love and there's figuring out things together and there's recreation and transformation. All of that is going on in this less than ordinary time. So when I made this stole and when I now wear it, I'm reminded of all those things, and I'm reminded of the prayers that I said while I was making all of those face masks and baby quilts for all the people who'd be receiving them, and also for my own processing and prayer time helped me be more connected to God to do this. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that, the history of that, why it's important, and why you'll see me wearing it. I hope you all are as well as you possibly can be, and we'll see you soon. Bye.